Hey guys, so this is same video, but now we have to add a voiceover because it turns out my video got copyright infringement or something. That was not on purpose. That was my oopsie. What ended up happening is I record a lot of my video while like the kids are watching TV or whatever, and so during my editing process I simply forgot to listen to the entire video, and there's a portion of it that had I don't know, either Enchanted or Disenchanted from like Disney in the background. So yeah, I was wondering why people were still asking me if I had loaded a video, because it had been up for a couple of days, but it turns out that yeah, it's been blocked. So I decided to add a little bit of chattiness to this one, talk you guys through a little bit of the process if you're new, because I realize that you might be new from the Create December hashtag, or you're just getting to know me or whatever. Welcome. Hi, I'm Anna. This is voiceover Anna, where my hands do all the fun stuff, and then I just sit here and awkwardly talk you guys through it, tell you guys some stories. If you like the style, if you enjoy my voice, or if you enjoy the art, you can choose to just watch my hands and listen to music, or you can just listen to my music and glance over every so often at the work. We're working on Create December. This was day 2. The prompt was ornaments. I have a Tupperware. I think it's like 120 gallon Tupperware. I want to say something like that. Anyways, and I store this. I think this is maybe like the 3rd Tupperware I've had for Christmas decorations in the last 13-15 years or so. And yeah, so the ornament box, we pulled it out because we were right in the middle of a move. And I just held it for the pose. My kids took the picture, and then we were laughing, we were cracking up. So of course the pose has this big old smile, and my big bun. And this is just like the style we started out Create December with, like nice, fun, flowy illustrations of myself, I guess, throughout. And we are doing this with the double-ended Mitsubishi pencil, which is my favorite. It's super soft. I love it. It erases easily. This is Vermilion 50/50 with Parisian, I don't know, blue. I get mine from Jet Pens. You can get them all over the place. Yeah, and then if you don't know, my little TN my standard TN insert is dotted cream from Paper House, because my the journal I created for this didn't arrive on time. And then when I did arrive, I packed it, so now I don't know where it is. And I had already started in this, so I wasn't going to, you know, switch around. The TN is doing just fine. I know I'm a little behind as of this video, as of this voiceover, because of course this video had already gone out last week. So as of this voiceover, I know it seems like it's taking forever, but I promise you I have footage, and the reason it's taking me a little bit longer is because I want to have the camera around when I'm doing stuff in my TN, so that you guys, you know, get to experience that part, or get inspiration, or see how I did it, and all that kind of stuff. You know, so yeah, so the process takes a little while, but we'll all get there. We have plenty of time. The Create December has 25 prompts for the month of December, because it ends, you know, with Christmas, but you can work on it, you know, throughout the month. You know, that awkward week between Christmas and New Year's, where like nobody knows what day it is, but somehow we get through it. Most of us have the kids at home, and you know, went to recess or whatnot, so that's a great time to like finish it up. And then I mean, that's my plan, at least. I hope that I'm done with it by the time the new year comes, because I really I like finishing things, you know, with the season of it. Once New Year's is over, it's just like, okay, winter should be done too. But it's not. Okay, so the doodle is done, and I'm looking for my watercolors. Now, if you followed me from a long time, you know that I have a big palette, watercolor palette. I have like 48 colors, I believe, in my palette. I think that's how many it holds. I'm pretty sure that's the correct number. So it's 48. I talk about it all the time. I've, you know, pictures and all the stuff over on Instagram. If you don't follow, please do. But for this particular project, I decided to just pull out like my favorites and colors that made sense for this season. And so I have 10 colors, and I think that's including the 3 gouache colors that I decided. No, it's not gouache. Shoot, I take that back. Actually, during one of my lives with Bree over on Instagram, we were talking about materials, and I remembered that I had, because I was in the middle of this move, I remember that I had some Daniel Smith, and I pulled them out. I made Gamboge yellow. I think that's what it's called. I don't have them in front of me. I cannot say the pink. Cornacridome, something like that. I know it's bad, but just, you know, you get the idea. And then the blue one, fallow, something like that. Anyways, these are Daniel Smith colors, and I yeah, I'm really glad that I have the little, you know, stuff with me. I haven't used it yet, because, you know, adventure living, nomadic living hasn't permitted for watercolor just yet, but I do have the 10 watercolors with me. In this particular instance, we were still at home, so I was getting to know the colors and see if they work. Well, I know that they work together. It was just a matter of working with them, just so that, you know, I see what they do together. Anywho, yeah, so this paper takes watercolor pretty well. I knew that already about Paper House. I don't know the specs on it, though. I'm sorry, but they call them journey books over on their website and all that stuff. And then, oh, have you noticed that, yeah, I've been, for this one, for Create December in general, I've been using, when I've done watercolor, I have been leaning towards the smaller brushes, which is unusual for me. So that's that's something to note, because I'm always fighting with the 4. My preferred are like the 10 and the 12, but yeah, I've been working with the smaller brushes. I mean, it how do I explain it? I don't feel brand new, but there is a I don't know, like, not awkwardness. It might be the paper, though, also. There's just, like, getting to know you factor of, but at the same time, like, it's also like seeing an old friend that, despite how long you haven't seen each other, there's still that, like, you fall right back into place. There's a lot of feelings between me and watercolor. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's no hard feelings. It's just, the hard feelings just getting over myself and getting back to it. And making myself, like, my space comfortable where I can just go back to it. I don't know. It's a creative brain. I don't pretend to understand it. I'm blessed with it, and I do what I can, and I don't know. We're all here for it. If this makes any sense, give me a thumbs up, leave me a story, tell me your ups and downs. It's, you have all these seasons in life, and sometimes things work and sometimes things don't. And I appreciate that. You know why? Because there was a season in my life where watercolor didn't exist. And it wasn't until it became a thing that it became, like, my thing. So had I not tried new things, or stepped away from what I was really, really comfortable with at that time, you just got to go with the flow. I mean, there's just no other way around it. So I give myself those allowances, even if they frustrate me. You just don't know what's on the other side of that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. If it's too much, do you wish you would have just shut off the sound now instead of listening to me, like, go on and on? I mean, it's just the way how I feel. And you guys show up to hear it, Sometimes and it's not that I'm not excited to be working with watercolor or doing this Create December. I am. It's been a while since I've been here, since I've done more than just my planner. The summer was so different with my summer fling and the composition notebook and the markers. That was just, I don't know. I love that my brain allows me to do so many different things, because it really does. I don't know. I just get to play around with everything, and that's cool. When I feel stuck, I know there's always something else that I can try, that I can do. The kids and I were thinking about doing, I think it's called punch needle. Yeah, we've seen a couple of, like, those project bags over at Michael's in, like, the felting and, like, needle section. We're like, ooh, that looks cool. We might get into that. We did felting, was it last year that we did felting? No, it was during the pandemic that we did felting. And my oldest daughter fell in love with felting, so she's been doing that on a pretty consistent basis. What am I doing here? Taking a break? Let's go. Choosing a color. And getting a bigger brush. Bigger space, bigger brush. This is the cover of the Tupperware has a Christmas scene that I painted last year. I'm not sure if I have a video or if I posted it, but I did draw, like, a Christmas scene on the top of this Tupperware, and it's really, really cute. It has little gnomes and stuff. Originally I was going to add that to the box, and then I decided that we just didn't have time for that. So I just left the plus it's funny because, like, a lot of my other, like, moving Tupperware have this exact, are exactly the same, hence why I painted the top of the Christmas one. So you know, this is me moving, but it's also ornaments. It serves all the purposes. Right now, during the move, during stressful times, I hate moving, so this is a stressful time. I'm full of anxiety, and I just, you know, stuff is everywhere. Stuff is in boxes. Stuff is inevitably going to break or get lost or have missing parts. But like, oh, we've reached the inking. I let this dry naturally. Oh, I'm being super, super careful because it's actually not dry. And some parts start blooming, but not enough to ruin it. And right there. And I just leave it because it just ends up looking like a shadow. And I'm fine with that kind of thing. I guess now it's really dry. And okay, so this is a color erase, is it coal erase, something like that, pencil in brown. And I couldn't find my watercolor pencils in brown because I wanted to like add, you know, I always add texture and curls and all that stuff to my hair. I couldn't find it, so now this brown pencil is sitting in my pencil case. So this is the only like really new thing that I feel like I need to note. Everything else we know. My platinum, you know, carbon ink pen, which I am obsessed with. I feel like all my watercolors are naked until I do the last layer with this. It's a fine tip. It's waterproof ink, so you can do the ink before the watercolor or vice versa. This is just my process. Just adding texture and, you know, all the wrinkles to my favorite sweater. You guys know my mustard sweater also has, you know, designs on the front, and I've painted this sweater before because I wear it a lot. So you know, true to life, you draw what you know. It has a thing on the front, and I don't think I've ever actually painted the flowers from the front, and I love them. It's just I don't feel the need to draw every detail. You can see my slippers. You can see a tiny bit of my pants. Like this is from a reference picture, like I said. So there, I'm done. Wiggling fingers means I'm thinking. I don't know what to do next. I felt like it needed a little more thickness to the lines, so I pulled out the Tombow. This is a Furunosuke pen. Probably the soft tip because it's the thicker one, the juicier one in my experience. It's also the one I'm using during this challenge for hand lettering, so I would assume I have it like right on hand. And then this is my Derwent watercolor pencil, which I'm using, you know, to add a little bit of shadow. I do use it like a color pencil, but then I also know that obviously I have that smudgeability effect later on with the water and the brush. It's coming. It's coming. Nope. Yes. Oh my god. There we go. Nope. We're doing cheeks. So yeah, keeping everything nice, and I mean 10 colors. It's not a lot. I live a pretty monotone life anyways. And then I chose this color scheme, which are the colors that I use for the splashes in the background. I think we left because we had said like, hey, should we do a pink Christmas? And Brie and I were both like, no. Anywho, I've talked a lot. I feel like this is probably towards the end of the video, so I'm going to go now, start editing the next video, upload this as soon as possible so I can remove that other copyright situation. I'm so sorry if you watched it the first time. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned and, you know, are inspired. Can't wait for you to watch the next one and see, you know, a whole flip through of everything I've been doing in the Create December. So much fun. Make sure you join us over on Instagram, and either follow or, you know, use the hashtag Create DEC 2022. I am Anna, and I will talk to you guys real soon. Don't go away, because there's still more. You know, I'm about to finish this and like splatter all over it, but like voice over me is signing out. Bye guys. Thanks. Splatter! Okay. I had to come back. Splatter's my favorite. And say goodbye, and thank you guys again for your time and your attention and all of your support. Leave me a comment. I love comments. Bye.